Well, the White House is taking new heat this week over a job offer to Congressman Joe Sestak, an offer reportedly designed to get Sestak to drop his challenge to Senator Arlen Specter. Congressman Darrell Issa, a Republican, is now calling this a bribe, and he is demanding that a special prosecutor be appointed to this. Here is Sestak this weekend after he defeated Specter.
I was asked that question months after it happened, and I felt an obligation to answer it honestly, and I said yes.
Can you tell us what job?
No, Bob, and then I said at the time, anything beyond that just gets into politics.
Really? Well, the White House is not denying the story. It weighed in on it this weekend, but it will not give any details.
Lawyers in the White House and others have looked into conversations that were had with Congressman Sestak, and nothing inappropriate happened.
So, do we have to take the White House's word on that? And does the public have the right to know? Joining me now for a fair and balanced debate, Rich Lowry, Fox News contributor and editor of the National Review. And from Columbia, South Carolina, Dick Harpootlian, former chairman of South Carolina's Democratic Party. All right, Rich, let me start with you. Do we have the right to know? You know, Sestak says, I said there was an offer. I'm not going to say what it was, although it's rumored to be Secretary of the Navy. And beyond that, you know, it's just a political matter.
Of course we have a right to know. And even Congressman Anthony Weiner, a very liberal congressman here from New York City, said that the White House should come clean about this. I mean, it's not good enough for Robert Gibbs just to say, oh, our lawyers and I checked into it and everything's fine, nothing to see here. And I think Congressman Sestak just created a huge PR problem for himself by, as he says, honestly answering the question when it was first presented to him, whether they had offered him a job to step down from the Senate race, and it's going to dog him the rest of the campaign unless he comes clean about it as well. You
know, Dick, it is a federal crime to offer a candidate, which Sestak was at the time, a thing of value in exchange for their getting out of the race. In other words, get out of the race and I'll give you this thing of value, i.e. a position as Secretary of the Navy. That is a federal crime. So is it sufficient for Sestak to say, I've said all I'm going to say about it, and for the White House to say, we looked into it and we're satisfied nothing inappropriate happened?
Well, you know, I think this is just much ado about nothing. This is, I mean, these folks are trying to take the politics out of the political process. If they felt that the congressman would be and of course he's a retired admiral, would be a good Secretary of Navy, and they offered him that job, and it had the effect of getting him out of the race, that's not illegal. I was a prosecutor for 12 years here, and this is about politics. I would say to the Republican and Democratic congressmen that are calling for an investigation, get to work on the economy, get to work on jobs, clean up the oil spill, get us out of the war, but quit playing these gotcha games in Washington. We're all sick of them.
Well, you need to send that message to your fellow Democrats, because it's not just the Republicans now. As Rich points out.
No, I said all of them.
You've got Anthony Weiner, and Tim Kaine also came out and talked about it as well. And Rich, my question to you is, you know, Darrell Issa, this Republican, is now calling for a special prosecutor. He wants the Department of Justice to look into this. What can happen now? If Eric Holder says, no, I'm not inclined to look into it, what can happen now? Well,
it just depends on how much political pressure builds around this. But look, this is an administration that prides itself, or used to pride itself, on being the most transparent in history. So they owe us an answer on this. Sestak is running against Washington and the ways of Washington. He owes us an answer on this. And of course it's not illegal to go to Sestak if you think he's the best candidate for the Secretary of Navy and offer him that job. It is potentially illegal, though, if you are explicit about what you want in exchange for offering him that job. Now, it's hard to believe that anyone would be so crude and stupid to do that, but we don't know, and we have the right to find out.
Well, that's the thing, Dick. I mean, if the White House had just gone to Sestak during his primary challenge to Arlen Specter and said, hey, you know, we think you're a terrific guy and we'd love to have you as Secretary of the Navy, period, this wouldn't be a story. And Sestak wouldn't be so closed-mouthed about it, saying, you know, I've said all I'm going to say, I don't want to go, but, you know, he's obviously uncomfortable because he doesn't want to throw somebody at the White House under the bus. That much seems clear. The only other real question is what exactly was said to him, because this can all come down to nuance when you're talking about whether a crime occurred.
Well, you almost think that Karl Rove is still in the White House. Nobody does that kind of crude, bludgeoning, one instrument kind of stuff in this White House.
How do you know?
Because I know
because well, Robert Gibbs says
first
so?
of all, these folks. I know Robert Gibbs. I find him to be very credible and honest. I've known him for over 15 years.
So if he says it's all fine, it's all fine as far as you're concerned. As long as
let me
Robert
just
Gibbs
jump in
said
there.
it's okay.
That's the thing,
Well, let me
Dick,
say
because
this to
Robert
you. No,
Gibbs-
what?
No, I'm going to get you to weigh in.
How about
You're
presumption
going
of
next,
innocence?
Dick. I'm going to let you go, Dick, but I just want to ask you, because Robert Gibbs comes out and says, well, I've talked to people in the White House, and they're confident nothing inappropriate happened. So it's really not Robert Gibbs' credibility on the line. It's whoever he was talking to, but we don't know who that is. Go ahead, Dick.
Presumption of innocence. I'm going to presume folks do the right thing. Y'all are going to presume that if they're with the other party, they do the wrong thing. Now, I understand some Democrats are criticizing this, but let me tell you something. I'm sitting here in South Carolina with a 12% unemployment problem. We don't care. Get us some jobs, get us out of the war, clean up the oil, and get to work.
Really?
So you want to get out of the Afghan war?
Wait a minute. I just want to follow up. Dick,
What
you
war are
don't
you
care
referring to?
I want to get it over with.
If somebody in the White
No, I
House...
want it over
get
with.
out.
If
I
a
want to
senior-
win
to do
it.
with this issue.
Let me just...
I want to
Dick,
win it.
Dick, if
I
a
wanna win
senior
it.
White
You
House
just said you wanna get
official
out.
went to a man running for the U.S. Senate and broke the law and offered him a bribe, which is a felony, you don't care?
No, what I don't care about is this endless, ceaseless political bickering. You want to make a complaint to the Justice Department? Make it. I was a prosecutor for 12 years. You go to the FBI or to the Justice Department and make a complaint. If they don't do something about it, or they don't issue a report, or they don't investigate it, take the next step. But this ceaseless, endless, everyday, 24-hour news cycle with this crap, I'm telling you, those of us out here watching it are scared to death that the folks, Democrats and Republicans in Washington, are not focused on getting the job done.
All right, we're going to have to leave it at that because we're out of time. But
I think we agree then the Justice Department should look at it.